Hello, and welcome back to the Corp and the newly released Spintires. This is a game which is basically just off-roading. This is the volcano map. It's one of, I think, 7 maps, 5 or 7 maps you can get. I think it's 5 maps at the moment. I believe they are planning to release more. As you see, in the bottom left, you have diff lock, all wheels. That's all-wheel drive. What gear you're in at the moment? It's in automatic mode, and it's just saying it's in gear 1. Park brake, because it's I believe it's Russian, or well, it's certainly Eastern European. All the trucks are Russian. You've got the winch, whether it's on or off. There you've got the time of day, distance you've travelled, fuel you have, and then that the fuels per minute in litres, and the amount of damage you have. And then advanced tab allows you to use the winch and bits of other use the winch and turn the engine off, and on certain other ones engage certain features. This is just one of the basic trucks, not the most basic truck. The basic truck is, I might show it, I don't know, I can't remember now. This is post commentary, bit of post com, so I can't remember whether or not I show the basic truck, but it's only got rear wheel drive. You can fit chains onto it to make it a bit better, but that I have got as a fuel tanker at the moment. I'm not sure if where it is on this save, to be fair. I played quite a lot of hours, but being at my dad's, so I was on my laptop. You see now it's sort of all the mud's being thrown up. It's leaves sort of caking the side of the truck. The press F1 to have a look at the map, so I remember where I'm going. You see, as I sort of drive through parts of it, it will leave quite deep marks in the ground as the tyres go through. You got the rocks, which are the most irritating thing in the world. Just get between your tyres and basically stop you, even when you're winching. The winches are really powerful, actually, and they're really quite a good fun to mess around with. You'll see as I go in, I hope. Yeah, you see the dangerous water level thing come up. So if that goes to red line, you start taking damage, and depending how far you've gone past that red line, you might get up to 100 and up to, I think I've had 170 damage every click. I don't know I think it's about 5 seconds between per damage. So yeah, so this is one of the sort of, I've modded this out to have I believe it's the garage attachment on the back, and I have the roll cage, extra lights, and the spare tyre, which give me a bit more damage points to repair my truck. And the garage one has 2 garage points, which are used to unlock the garage where I'm going to, and 200 damage points, I think. Yeah, I'm going to unlock a garage, I can't remember. So you'll see, not so much with this one, just because it doesn't use a lot of fuel, but with the truck I use next, which is a lot bigger, you'll see that I tend to sort of switch between all-wheel drive and diff lock, just because of the fuel usage. So yeah, this is a great game. It's about $27. It's about 13 quid, 17 quid, sorry, something like that. So it isn't too bad. It's quite cheap. I got it about 10% off as a pre-order. and yeah, I've really enjoyed it. It's quite a simple game, really. Once you get your head round how it works, it's not a hard game to get right and to learn how to use it, but to get it down to the point where you can properly drive and mess around can be quite hard. So while we're just going through quite a boring bit because I'm on quite a big road or track, I'm going to talk about generally just stuff. My last exam is on Thursday the 19th of June, which is in Tuesday day of recording, so it's just Thursday. And then after that I'm off for 3 months. Now a lot of that time I'm actually going to be working, either at my dad's place or at his work, which will be good. I'll earn some money, but the live stream I was talking about a while ago, which is happening I can't remember, it's the week that ends, the Friday is the 11th of July. That week I will still be doing a bit of streaming. I'm not sure how much streaming I'm going to be able to do, because some stuff's come up, but I will actually be doing probably an airsoft game around that time, which I'll record. I am actually doing one on a Thursday after my exam, but there's two reasons I'm not going to record that one. One is because I left my GoPro at my dad's, and it's a bit of a distance to go and get. And second, because it's going to be quite dark. We're sort of doing a evening game rather than a sort of a day game, so I'm not sure what the actual footage would look like, and I don't want to sort of put up. I don't want to record a set of it and then find that it's not really worth it, and it's going to be more of a mess around game that, and I'm going to be burning stuff, and yeah, so bit of a shame I'm not recording that, but the next one, which we are playing I'm playing quite a few of my friends through the summer, we'll record again, and yeah, it's going to become a lot of fun. Getting back into airsoft again. It's just we haven't done it because of exams, really. It's I've been getting away, and it's yeah. So you see us just see me coming up to the garage now. You can see I've turned off the disc lock and all-wheel drive because I don't need it, which means that now I'm using 3 litres a minute rather than about 6 I was using before. And then what I can do is I repair myself because I can, and then wait for the little thing to come up, and then garage points, and that's only unlocked 2 of the 4 garage points I need. So I then go back to the oh yeah, this is just showing you the sort of the recovery truck, which is actually stuck. I was trying to save a truck, but it's down a hole, and in manoeuvring got myself stuck a little bit. So yeah, that's not good. And there's no points to anchor or winch to. So I'm stuck until I get another truck to come and help me, which I can't remember if I do on the way. I think I do. I don't know. I might be wrong. But yeah, this is one of the trucks, and then the truck that I'm going to be using for the next part here. That's got the garage truck. So I'm just marking out a route, just so I can make sure that I'm doing it right. Here I'm just checking which side the road is on the volcano, and it's this side, so I'm just going to go around that way, up, and then once I'm up there I'll go around and go to the garage. So this is the this one and the one I just showed you, the recovery truck, are about the same size. The recovery truck's a little bit bigger, but yeah, this is well, I believe, I'm not sure, because I'm not an expert with the Russian trucks, but I believe this is actually the style of truck. I don't believe it is the same truck, but it's one of the style of trucks that was used for two jobs. One was anti-air capabilities, mobile anti-air during the Cold War, and the other was tank movement trucks, so tank transport trucks. And then there was a version of the recovery style truck that was used for ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, obviously nuclear missiles at the time, being Cold War. But these are quite interesting trucks actually. On this game, they're very much fun to mess around with, and it is quite interesting how they tend to work. You tend to find, but some of them will be fine coming up certain hills, like the hill I'm about to go down. Coming back up can be a bit tough sometimes when under load. But I tend to, if I'm not sure whether trucks can work or not, I will make sure I stick to the tree line so I can have plenty of points to winch from. So yeah, what am I going to talk about? Not a lot really. I've talked about that. Oh yeah, I guess I can talk about Michael Schumacher has come out of his coma fully, and has left the hospital in the south of France, where he's in France where he was skiing, after the skiing accident on the 29th of December last year, which is good news. Very good news actually. Roughly D-Day. That was my last video, wasn't it, about D-Day? Then we've got, what else has been going on recently? Oh, here we go. Yeah, see, I went quite deep there, and I'm just taking damage from the water damage. Oh, just good. Trying to think of what else goes. Oh, Lone Survivor. That is a point. Lone Survivor. I watched. I've got that on DVD. It came out on the 10th of June, on the last Monday, I believe. Last Tuesday. Sorry. Last Tuesday it came out. I got it. It was very good. Very good film actually. Highly recommended. If you're a bit squeamish, I won't watch it. Or, well, no. If you're a bit squeamish, watch it, but there are a little bit, one or two bits why that you might not want to watch. And that's generally just because of, well, I'll describe it. Basically, there's a part where the only guy to survive from his, well, I'll go through what it actually is. Here's me just winching. I'll go through the sort of the plot. It's a 4-man Navy SEAL recon team, and it's a true story, based on a true story, and they, well, effectively what happens is they follow the rules of engagement. So they're not allowed to shoot anyone that isn't armed, and doesn't pose a threat to them, an immediate threat to them. And they release an old man, sort of a 10-year-old boy, and this sort of 19-year-old boy, something like that. And a sort of a 19-year-old boy runs back to the village and tells the Taliban that they've seen Americans, And the whole reason they're there is the SEALs are there is because of a target, a Taliban target. And what ends up happening is within about an hour or so, not very long after they let them go, to about 200 Taliban soldiers moving to attack them, and is quite a long firefight. It lasts a couple of hours, which a couple of hours overall, but they don't have any of the advantages really. They go outnumbered, get outgunned really. There's no communication, all the communication's down, so they can't get any reinforcements in for most of the engagement, and then they end up jumping down quite a few hills to try and get away, and break ribs and all sorts of stuff, and they've all got shot. They finally get a communication through, and that's when the squad leader gets shot. Then two Chinooks come in and try and support them. One of the Chinooks gets taken down, and the commanding officer and a new SEAL get killed in that, which are part of the sort of story. Who are part of the story, makes a bit more sense, and in the film. They get shut down. The other Chinook has to go because of the amount of fire they're taking. And Apache comes in, takes some of them out, some of them run away, and then the one guy that survived. Oh well, no, there's two left at this point. One of them runs out of ammo on his Mark 12 DMR, and uses a pistol to kill a few, then sort of faints from the pain and exhaustion, and gets killed. And then the one guy that survives manages to run away long enough, and then finds some water. Is drinking, looks up and finds three or four Afghani men, and they then help him. One of them takes him into his home, and then there's a bit about because he's got shrapnel on his leg, he needs a knife, and the son of one of the guys that helped him, he's trying to get him to get a knife for him, and he brings out a duck, which, you know, he's a young boy, you wouldn't expect him to know any English either. And then the dad comes in and thinks he wants a bit of the duck, and then that's the bit where it gets a bit gross, because he's cussing out all of his shrapnel from his leg, cutting out all the shrapnel from his leg. Then the Taliban attack. Then the target that they were after comes in and tries to comes in and is like a hand-to-hand combat fight with the guy that helped the SEAL. Then is then the reinforcements come in and take out the rest, save the guy, and take him out. He almost, well, he did technically die. He lost his heart rate. His heart's got beating for a bit at one point. When he got back to base, Then yeah, it's a good film. I must say it is a very good film. But yeah, it's a very good film. I'm not sure what the book is like. Apparently, it's very good because it was a book to start with. But apparently, it's very good. The book, and I just got the recovery truck, the truck to recover the recovery truck stuck. Which is very clever of me. Now, yeah, let's go. I think I have my SSD installed. I don't know. Anyway, I've got a solid state hard drive now installed. That's what I'm running off now. So my game is slightly faster. Not a massive difference in speed, but it's boot up time. Jesus Christ, it's gone from about a minute to about 10-20 seconds. Well, to get the desktop is about 10 seconds, and then for everything to sort of start up so you can actually use it, it's about 20 seconds, and that's from like a minute, so that's really nice. I've been having some issues. I haven't had Vegas for a while. Luckily, one of my friends is giving me Vegas 10. Because although I still have a file on my old hard drive, if I try and transfer the file over, it doesn't work, which is annoying, but you know, fair play. Now what I was talking with a friend that's giving me Vegas, is what Sony should do is have a version of Sony Vegas that you can only put clips together, cut them, and render them. Which is really all I do. I just take, because this is actually split up into 2 clips, because I think it's a 15-minute limit on shadow play. Even if you're doing manual recording, it records a certain amount and then has that file, and then simultaneously starts a new file. But just to, I think, so you don't have huge files. I'll have a look at how big the first file is, the bigger one. It's a 3.8 gig file, and then the second one's a 2.5 gig file. So instead of having a sort of a 6 gig file, you've got 2 files, which is I see where they're coming from with that, really. I know Fraps did that and DxTory did that for the same sort of reason. DxTory didn't do it as much though, I think, because it had quite a big limit on the file size. Because it did it on a file size base, not a time base. So that we were thinking, well, if Sony did that, then they could maybe charge £10-15 for it, and they could still get money from it, and it would probably stop a lot of the piracy, because a lot of people do only want Vegas to take so many clips, put them into one file and render it. And I was to see where they're coming from. That's all I do generally. There was a time when I used to do very simple editing for a little bit, but I didn't actually upload anything. I was just messing around with it. Really, I didn't do a lot with and I don't do a lot with editing, because for this I find that the gameplay is probably better if I just have it running through. I know I'm doing post-com now, so it doesn't really matter, but normally if I'm going through and I'm recording live com, it's better to just keep it all going, because otherwise it seems to be too jumpy. Personally, I find it a bit too jumpy if you're cutting bits, and I don't like it as much. Not a problem with post-com, because you just talk until the video's over, basically. But yeah, there's a lot So here we go, we're just coming up to the garage now with the second truck. So we're just going to roll in now, park it up, wait for that, unlocked, and then now we can fit different attachments. So we have the tractor unit, utility attachment, garage, carriage, log cart and carriage. So if you install the tractor you can have a kerosene trailer, a long trailer you can't have, but that's because that's all the logging stuff. But that's good because of that's good because it's like it is. And then just turn it around and install that. And if I put a log cart in, you can have the medium or the long log trailer installed. The long log trailers are actually quite interesting because I'm trying to show it here, but it's not very good. But in the middle, it's got a pivot, so it can actually pivot straight up. So when you're going over hills and stuff, it'll pivot. Quite a clever design it's got, because if you had a fixed trailer, of course, it wouldn't go over bumps very well, wouldn't off-road at all. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.